How's it going, good friends? Brian from Apex Detail. Today we're going to take a look at Stoner's Brake Dust Eraser scrubbing pad. This is rather new. Their wheel cleaner has been out for quite some time. Individually, they seem to work very well. Let's see how they work together as a team. Stoner Car Care Wheel Cleaner is a foaming gel cleaner. It's able to stick to the sides of the wheels if it's hanging there vertically, gives it time to break down and emulsify some of the baked on brake dust. Can go after tar, oxidation, grease, and oil as well. Safe for use on tires, wheels, and hubcaps. 16 ounces of the wheel cleaner for $11 and change. Now the pad here is a different story. That's $9 for each pad, and you would think it would be something like a scrub pad, a Scotch-Brite pad, Brillo pad. You look at it microscopically and you'll see it's more structured like a foam pad, a foam polishing pad. And I've showed them under the microscope here as well. Just need to go back and search through the videos. You'll find them. The structure's the same. They sort of feel the same. Not a ton of aggression there, I guess, just enough to remove that brake dust. So we need to soak them. I have a bucket of ONR, and while it's soaking, we can pre-treat the wheel with the gel wheel cleaner. It's like a foaming gel when it comes out of the nozzle, so it will cling to the side of your wheel. Hit the dirtiest areas, let it go to work. Some of the areas in there are pitted and rusted. Only a wheel brush would help those out. So it's not going to remove everything in here. I'm just looking for slight improvement. So let's grab the wheel cleaner and lay it on thick. A little hard to see on the wheels, so if we spray on the side of this catch mat here, we can see it just clings to it, and it dwells, and it's there long enough to do its job. After 5 minutes or so, it's time to reach into the bucket, grab the scrub pad, wring it out a bit, and agitate. You want to agitate and rinse. With very little effort, the dirt, the brake dust, everything that was baked on is coming up rather nicely. If you were outdoors, you just grab your hose or your pressure washer and rinse free. Anything that remains or is left behind, I'm going to use a little bit of rinseless wash here and then just dry it with an old towel. A formidable team if you're going after wheels that have not been touched or cleaned in quite some time. The only thing that doesn't look right are the pitted and rusted areas, which the team was not meant to go after in the first place. The Stoner Car Care Wheel Cleaner, foaming gel, and also the Stoner Car Care Brake Dust Eraser and Wheel Cleaning Pad. When you're finished, take that pad, throw it in your bucket of ONR or rinse it with the hose. If you're using a pressure washer, make sure the nozzle's back a good 2 feet so you don't rip apart the pad so you can use it over and over again. The pad cleaned out rather nicely, and there are wear areas. We'll take a closer look at those to see, is the material separating? Is it tearing? What is it doing? As we look at it under the microscope, it was just the ragged edges from the pitting and the rust was grouping the fibers together. It really won't happen on a wheel that's in half decent shape, and this pad should last for quite some time. That brings us to the final thoughts segment of the video, Stoner's Brake Dust Eraser Scrub Pad. When you first look at it, what comes to mind is an aggressive Scotch-Brite scrub pad. It's really not that aggressive. It's more akin to a polishing pad, a foam polishing pad, and a finishing pad, really. It's quite soft. The fibers remind me of those pads looking at them microscopically, the same makeup, the same sort of structure. And it's really not that aggressive. You team it up with this guy here, the gel, it acts like a lubricant for the scrub pad, so you can really be careful scrubbing your wheels. I gotta say though, if you're going to break this thing out and team it up with this guy here, it means you're working on a hammered wheel. And at that point, are you really concerned about very little micro marring when you have brake dust that's been baked onto a wheel that's probably been there for quite some time? Probably not. So this is something you can use for wheels that are real troubled, that have not been cleaned in quite some time, and you'll be successful doing so. When it comes to a rating on the channel, the pads, they're only $9. You team it up with the cleaner, which is just as affordable, and you have something that is impressive when it comes to cleaning hammered, dirty wheels. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you in the next video.